Hey everyone, Internet PCS book reader here. Today I want to talk about If I Survive You by Jonathan Escoffery. If I Survive You is one of the books that didn't make it to the shortlist semi-final for the Booker Prize, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it goes to the shortlist. But the one I got is still listed as longlist. It's set in a family of Jamaican in Miami, America during 1979. Topper and Sanya escaped from their home country because of war and raised their kids in America. Our main character Trelawney, which I will butcher every time I mention him, the youngest son of Topper and Sanya, grew up in an interesting time and place. Since he was born in America, he's not Jamaican. He doesn't speak like a Jamaican, he don't speak Jamaican, and he doesn't have their accent. But he still have the lightness, the brownness of a Jamaican that did not come from Africa and did not come from America. He is someone who is not considered black in Jamaica, but in America it's more complicated. For some people, he's considered black. For some people, he's considered brown. He's only known for sure that he is not white, but this confusion got worse since his mother avoids saying that he is in fact a black man. Thus he learned early that the world he lives in see him and treat him as a foreigner, and to be a foreigner is to be ashamed. In this moment, for the first time, you are ashamed of your mother, and you are ashamed of yourself for not offending her. More than to be cowardly and disloyal though, it's shameful to be foreign. If you've learned anything during your short residence on Earth, you've learned this. And as a family of immigrants, they had a rough life. His father was cheated out of his job, and then he became a drunkard deadbeat that often goes missing in a bar. And to make matters worse, a hurricane landed on his house, taking the roof and drenched his whole house. So he had to move from Miami to Broward County, trying to make new friends at a new school. He cannot make white friends at school since they don't accept non-white people as friends, but the Puerto Rican don't accept his blackness. He became friends with them for a while, trying to hide his identity as closely as possible, but when he got found out that he's black, he's no longer accepted at their table. But when he tried to befriend his Jamaican friend, he's also not accepted because of his brownness, and especially because he's been seen hanging around with the brown Puerto Ricans. He even tried to act black by following hip-hop, and started to be swag and started wearing baggy clothing and taking more African American vernacular. But he badly come off like an imposter, like Chet Hanks, despite his skin color. Meanwhile, there's this show on television called Friends that use "my bad", and everybody love it when they don't use proper English in the show, which confused him even further. Meanwhile, at home, while his brother is going around with his father, he's stuck at home playing Sega, hoping to get back home to Miami. As a second child, he had to live under the shadow of his more talented brother. His brother is the one that his father always bring to fix their home, the one that he helped with getting Trace to have a business, and this is all while he's still not able to fit in that school. Then his mother and father finally separated, then Dewalny goes to his mother while Delano goes with his father, making him become more alienated from his father and brother as they now live a separate life. His mother then becomes a victim of the adjustable rate mortgage, which eventually led to the event that becomes the Big Short movie. His fathers become a victim of shows like Race Wars, where the media openly try to incite colored people against other colored people. And for Trelawney, it is obvious that his parents had a favorite son, and that is his brother Delano, not him. And with that condition, Trelawney grew up growing more and more separated from not only the country he was born at, but also his own family, as nobody in the family reached out to him in the way that he wanted them to, except for his mother, the only character that got sidelined further and further in the story. Then both Trelawney and Delano started getting involved in dangerous business that put them at odds against one another. The story will test if family bonds do matter for this foolish man. I think there's an interesting concept and story in the book, but it unfortunately reads more like a history book than a fiction, which I can especially say since I've read a couple of them this year, and it is very similar to them, but the reading experience is of course worse compared to actual history book, because the characters in this book are so obviously fiction instead of real characters. This is mostly because the writing feel like it's the character or the author just summarizing events and what happened, especially at the first half of the story, so it becomes harder to connect with the characters as they feel less fleshed out than they could have. It's also very repetitive. Yes, he's not white, and yes, he's never going to be black enough. Yes, he's having an identity crisis that is unique to his lighter black skin color and unique to his Jamaican heritage. Yes, he talks like a white man, which somehow absurdly affected his skin color for other people. But when in almost every chapter the same theme is repeated over and over again, the story feels like it is dragging its feet. It's a slog to go through. It's not a slow burn, it's just slow, which in fiction is not that appealing. That's why I said it read more like history book, like an essay even. The experience of the character is what is happening not just in the 80s, but even to today where their skin color makes it harder to fit in, and the more they try to fit in, the more it becomes apparent that they are trying too hard to become someone they're not. Then there's the alienating experience of having people always try to identify you before they talk to you instead of, just talk to you. Especially in the 80s, where there are even more colored people who try to be white openly because there's a cultural shaming on being others. The book even specifically mentioned the term Uncle Tom a few times, including the wrong way it was used. And by going into detail to each different experiences, the book really captures those nuances. As a learning tool, the book did a really great job, but as a fiction, I think it's a bit lacking. The main character feels too much like a blank slate, unlike Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson or Night Crawling by Leila Motley. There is no character that is really fleshed out in a way where you can see these characters are real people having real experiences, in a way that should be believable. And by having it become fiction instead of a proper history or essay, when the character is set as an unreliable narrator, for example the main character Trelawney when he is growing up as a kid that is having an identity crisis, or his dad Topper who is easily influenced by rumor and media propaganda, it sends a mixed signal instead of having some of the moments in the book become truly educational moments. And because the story moved by going from one similar thematical experience to another instead of there being any narrative progression, so it can feel like it's a list of events instead of an ongoing story. Time didn't feel like they move forward when the character grow older, they just suddenly change. They're at a different point in their life now. And this keep happening. The transition between when the characters grow older feel like there's something missing and no context is given to what they do or what happened in between. Some of these events can be done by different characters than the one in the book and nothing would have changed. That's how disjointed they are. It doesn't help that there's a few chapters where perspective change from Trelawney to Toppat, which is not only change perspective from one person to another, but also from American English to Jamaican English, which separate them further into two distinctly different stories that I need to change gears to. And also because of this, there are parts of the story that really felt like short stories that don't connect with one another while I'm reading them. It also took a while for me to realize that the perspective being changed again to Trelawney, since Trelawney is a blank slate of a character that doesn't really have any distinct character defining trait. So I have to guess, is this Trelawney or not? And this is just a nitpick from me, but this part of the book also did not really translate well to foreigner like me. Since English is not my first language, when the perspective changed for a bit in the story from Trelawney to Topper, Topper is using proper Jamaican English, which has some of its cultural slang that I will have no idea what it means, unless someone who belong to the culture explain them to me. On a non-fiction, there might be more chance to explain this, but since it's fiction, you have to try to understand them through context, which is doable but not ideal. Which is unfortunate because I actually learned a lot from this book. There are some words and specific racial discrimination that I only know the historical context and usage from this book, and if you're someone that like to learn from history in order not to repeat the same mistake, this book is amazing on that aspect. I just wish it is also amazing as a fictional story. I give this a 2.75. What do you think? Are you gonna read it? Did I miss anything? Leave your thoughts in the comment below and subscribe to the channel. That's about it.